In this video, I want to give you guys a tour of Spire Studio by iZotope. This is a super cool device that you can use to record your songs, record your music, punch in and do overdubs, and share with your friends to be able to co-write over the internet. So get ready to rock. My name is Lij Shaw, and if this is your first time at Recording Studio Rockstars and you want to learn how to record, edit, mix, and master your best record ever, make sure to hit the subscribe button and the notification bell. All right, so in this video, I want to give you guys a quick walkthrough of Spire Studio from iZotope. Again, this is a really cool interface that does a lot of cool things. So it's very easy for recording your song idea using the record button here. You can play stuff back. You can immediately hit the record button again and overdub a new track. You've got simple buttons on the front that give you new song feature. You can use the sound check button to set your levels easily, and then you got a volume for the headphones. You have a headphone jack on the front, so you can easily plug your headphones in there. High quality mic right on the front of the unit. And then on the back, you've also got two more XLR inputs that are combo jacks so that you can plug in a tip sleeve or a tip ring sleeve or give it phantom power. You have an additional headphone jack on the back as well. Then you got a power jack where you can plug in the wall power supply and charge this rechargeable battery up when you're not using the Spire. So it's very cool. It's designed to make it super easy to record your song ideas, and the entire thing interfaces with the Spire app that you can use on iOS. So you can either install the app on your iPhone or your iPad or an Android, and you'll be able to use the app for free to record up to 8 tracks and collaborate with friends. Or you can interface this and connect it to your Spire Studio for some additional features like higher quality recording using the built-in mic, double headphone out so that you can jam with somebody else, the extra inputs that are on the back. Plus you get some of the special effects when you're recording, so you can put on things like reverb and delay and stuff like that. And you get some of the special enhance features when it comes time to mix down. All right, so the first thing you're going to want to do is fire up the Spire, which is powered on, and then you want to connect the app to the Spire, and you just use this connect button at the top. Hit connect there. It's going to say make sure your Spire Studio is on, then tap connect to Spire Studio. Hit the connect to Spire Studio. It wants you to join the Wi-Fi network that's being generated by the Spire Studio right over here. And in a moment we should be connected and live. Still attempting. Great. Now we're connected to Spire Studio. Awesome. There you go. Now we can start a new project by clicking this plus button right here. And you'll notice that the microphone from the Spire is triggering the meter, but it's also coming into the app over here. And you can see it on the input of the app as well. And you also have this monitoring on and off button. If I hit this button and turn it off, then you'll notice that my voice goes away if you're listening to what the Spire is recording. Okay, so you've got this new project started. If you want to rename it, just tap at the top where the name is, hit the X button, and we'll call this, actually we'll just call this Lij Test 1. Groovy. Hit done. Now we got a title for our project, no problem. Let's start by getting a sound check on this instrument, and we'll see what it sounds like. Now we have two options. We have the sound check mic here on the interface, or over on the app, we can hit the sound check button right here, and now I can start playing. We can decide if we want to pick one of these recording effects. So if you click on that, you got a bunch of cool ones. You got spaces, different reverbs, and then echoes. Then it goes to different vocal sounds here, vocal sounds, vocal sounds, vocal sounds, and then it goes into guitar amps. And you got a selection of different guitar amps you can choose from, and the bass amp, some fuzz. And then we we go into pedals. Pretty cool effects. But I think for this one, for the guitar, I'll just keep it dry to start out. So now we want to go pick our tempo. So click on that tempo button down on the bottom left, and then over here you've got a metronome. Now you can hit tap tempo to figure out what you want to play. All right, cool. Now we turn this on and you hear that tempo. You can check it out. And when we go back to record, you'll notice that the tempo stops, the metronome stops, and it's ready in record tempo. Now when I hit this record button, it's going to give us a 4-bar count off, and we can jump right in. Cool. Hit the stop there, and now we've got an acoustic guitar recorded. Let's check it out. Cool, sounds good to me. Let's put down the next instrument. Okay, awesome. So I set the Spire Studio down right in front of the kick drum just so that you can kind of see where it's at. And got the app control right here on my iPad. And let's pop the headphones on and we'll see what we got for drums. All right, so I need to make a new track first. So I hit the plus button, then open that guy up. Now I can hit sound check. Great, it recognizes them as drums right away, which is pretty cool. And we'll see what kind of sound it gives us. If you need more volume too, all you got to do is just turn up the volume here, and it's going to turn up the headphone output. Which is pretty cool. All right, great. So let me try recording some drums. Play it back. Cool, I dig that. All right, let's move on to bass. All right, cool. So we're going to record some bass. Something that's cool about the Spire Studio is you have the 1/4" jacks on the back. You actually have two, so if you wanted to, you could be plugging a bass into this jack, number 2, for example, while you're still recording your voice on the mic in the front. So it actually records 2 inputs at once if you want it to. It even records your tracks in stereo when you're using the built-in mic, and then you can choose later whether you want to use a stereo mic or a mono mic for that in the mix. And we're going to try out the bass amp and see what it sounds like. I'm not sure. Oh, there's the split. So as soon as I plugged in the bass, you notice that it created a split track for me in Spire Studio, and it knew what was up. So then I'll put on the recording effects. I guess it wants to record both at once. So in this case, I'll actually plug into input 1. It knows that immediately and takes over the mic. And then I can turn up my bass, plug it in. Okay, cool. So now I got a bass. Now I can do my sound check. One thing that's a little bit of a bummer is it doesn't have a built-in tuner. I have no idea why they didn't include that. Seems pretty obvious, but maybe that's coming out in a future update. One of the nice things about working with software is they can easily update it later. All right, so let's try putting a bass down on this. Okay, so right there I messed up on the bass, so I'll show you how easy it is to punch in. Just find the spot where you're about to mess up, and we're going to press play, and we'll hit stop right where the mess up is. Whoops, right there, so. Right there. Now, if I just hit record, it automatically does the pre-roll and drops me right in. I keep rocking. All right, at this point, we could probably not have the click anymore, but it does give us the count off at the beginning. So if you want to be able to record your song, start at the top and not have to use a click, you should do some sort of count off yourself at the start of the song. All right, let's add a guitar. Okay, cool. So yeah, this guitar actually sounds pretty cool through the bass amp sound. Listen to that. All right, cool. So anyway, let me start by sound checking the guitar. As always, sound check is best to do the thing that you're going to be playing on the song or something close so that it's checking for the right kind of thing. It immediately identified it as a guitar. Now let me go into the amps and we'll see what kind of guitar amp might sound cool. Not really doing a Pink Floyd thing, so So it sounds like my guitar is not really hitting it hard enough, so let me try this. I'm going to actually re-sound check it and just keep it real quiet. There you go. So now it gained it up a little more. And it's figuring it out. It called it a melody instead. It's still calling it a guitar. Okay, cool. Oh no, that's the bass part. So. All right, that sounds pretty great to me, so I'm going to go with that guitar tone right there. And we'll just see what kind of stuff we can come up with. Sweet. That was easy. Let's see how that sounds. Okay, let's just put a last note on that. All right, there you go. Also, you notice that iZotope and Spire app, like they're using all this trickery in the background, so you don't have to worry about your punch points. You just punch right in, it does the crossfade for you, you never have to think about it. It's gonna do some cool stuff when we got a mix too. Let's go into some vocals. I'll try some spaces. The iZotope Spire Studio. This is the iZotope Spire Studio. That sounds cool. Let's go with that one. And let's do the sound check on it, see what we got. This is the iZotope Spire Studio. I don't even know if this is the right song anymore because I lost track. All right, cool. It's getting my vocal sound for me. And let's try something out. This is the iZotope Spire Studio. And you're gonna rock your song. You're gonna rock your song. let me check the sound check one more time, see if I'm singing loud enough. This is the Spire Studio. Yeah, yeah, yeah. This is the Spire. This is the iZotope Spire Studio, and you're gonna rock your song. Yeah, you're gonna rock your song. After all, rocking our song is what we want to do, right? So, all right, let's lay some more in. We'll try some more stuff. Why not? All right, I'm gonna bring down my level though before I do this. Getting a little toasty. This is the iZotope. This is the iZotope Spire Studio, and you're gonna rock your song. Yeah, you're gonna rock your song. All right, let's punch in on that. The iZotope Spire Studio, and you're gonna rock your song. Wrong track-itis. Spire Studio, and you're gonna rock your song. Yeah, you're gonna rock your song. All right, let's do a double of the lead too. Let's sound check it one more time. This is the iZotope Spire Studio, and you're gonna rock your song, and you're gonna rock your song. All right, here comes the double. This is the iZotope Spire Studio, and you're gonna rock your song. Yeah, you're gonna rock your song. All right, there you have it. Now let's go into mix mode and check out what this thing is capable of when we're mixing. So what's cool about this is we have 8 tracks going now. You see we got our guitar, drums, bass, I guess electric guitar. It didn't call it that, so let's go give it a name. So that with 4, we can change that to electric guitar. Look at that, boink. Now it's an electric guitar, and then we got 4 vocal tracks as well. So now all we have to do is switch over to mix mode, and you'll see that each of these tracks also is displayed here. And they're all in the center, but you can start moving them around. So let's see what they do. First of all, some stuff to know. Each track has its icon on it, so you can tell which one you're grabbing. If you're not sure, just press it and hold it, and it should solo it. I guess when it's playing, it'll solo. And then also each track can be either stereo or mono. See that? This went back to the stereo, this one's mono, or you can leave that as stereo. So you can check out each one and see what you think. Each track can also be muted here over on the side, and then all you do is hit rewind and play and start mixing your song. So let's try it out. This is the iZotope Spire Studio. This is the iZotope Spire Studio, and you're gonna rock your song. Yeah, you're gonna rock your song. This is the iZotope Spire Studio, and you're gonna rock your song. Yeah, you're gonna rock your song. All right, cool. So then, of course, we want to turn this metronome off. I forgot about that. And then now that we've got a mix going, where I brought the drums up to the top, brought the bass underneath it, put the lead vocal and then the double there, and then put the harmonies on either side and the guitars on either side. I think the drums I went mono, and the lead vocal mono, and everything else I just left it as stereo. And you can just make up your own mind about what you like there. Then we go to this share button, and it's going to give us the option, because we're connected to the Spire Studio, it's going to give us the option to enhance the mix for us. Hit the enhance button and watch what it does. It actually goes through the song and it does some, super intelligent robotic mixing on it and decides what the best loudness is, an EQ curve, and it can kind of look for issues that might be in there between the different instruments, I guess, using the iZotope AI. So let's press play on that and see what it sounds like. This is the iZotope Spire Studio, and you're gonna rock your song. Yeah, you're gonna rock your song. That's pretty awesome. It really sounds great. Okay, so now that it's done a mix of the song for you, you can easily share it. You can just press the text email button. It'll export a mixed file for you that you can text to anybody to listen to. You can use, here we don't have to actually do it, but you can go over here, you can export at the highest quality if you want to. There's a social media option where you can choose a cover photo and everything and kind of figure out what you want it to look like. That's pretty cool. And then you can send it directly to SoundCloud if you want. You can also export the individual tracks, which is really awesome. That way you can import it into another session somewhere else, or you could save them for later. You could easily go beyond 8 tracks with this thing too if you just decided to bounce down your mix like we used to do with 4-track cassette recorders. Import that into a new session and start recording from there. Let's try that. Let's see if we can actually, we'll try highest quality and see what kind of export we get. And then we'll see if we can actually just import this into a new session. Okay, great. Now we can actually just save to files. I'll just put it in here. Save. Yep, right there. And then I'm not sure how long it takes to save, but we'll give it just a moment. X out of this, and we'll go into a new session. Okay, so now we've got where we left off before. Now, I think to start this new track, we actually do import. Okay, so now we can go to this import window, find the track in our iCloud, and just import it right in. And it'll start out with this stereo track. So not too bad. You could actually just keep layering and layering and record as much as you want using these limited 8 tracks. Kind of a cool way to work. You could always export all your stems later on at the end of this thing and have all your individual tracks lined up in the DAW just by simply putting them all to the 0 point again. Keep on rocking. Okay, so now to share this with a friend, you just come back to the projects page or from inside the project itself and swipe this guy over, hit the share button, and it's actually creating a shared project that you can just text to somebody. All right, so now you can see on my phone here, I've opened up the app and it is shown right up in my messages. There's a message that says the link directly to it. It says, check out this shared project. So if I click on that, it's going to open it up in the Share iZotope website page. iZotope basically has a cloud service, and they will host that shared file for up to 7 days between apps and devices. So now I can listen to it here if I want to see what it sounds like, or I can just open it up as a project in Spire. So let's go open it up. It's downloading the project, so now it's going to bring it from the cloud down onto my phone, and then I could decide how I want to keep working on it from there. And the other really cool thing about this is while it's downloading, if you've sent it to a friend who doesn't actually have the Spire Studio, they can still use the Spire app on their phone for free, and they can easily just use the built-in mic or a headset to start adding overdubs. So I've already done this with my band. I sent it up to my friend who sang vocals on it. He sent it to a buddy to play bass on, and then we sent it out to LA, and he added a little guitar part, sent it back to me, and then I could mix it in the app. It worked great, super fun. And basically I started that song in the morning over breakfast, and then by the time I went to bed, it was back to me and mixed, and we had a finished song. All right, sweet, here it is open on my iPhone. I got the whole song here. You'll hear it through my mic, but at least you can hear that it's working. Awesome. Totally working. Sounds great. All right, Rockstars, I love this thing. If you want to check this out for yourself and start writing songs with friends over the internet, or just simply be able to quickly record some cool tracks for yourself and have fun writing a song, just go to iZotope.com or use the link below in these show notes. Check out Spire Studio. Check out the Spire app, whether you're on your Apple iPhone, your iPad, or your Android device. And happy songwriting. But before you go, please remember to hit the subscribe button and the notification bell here on YouTube so that you don't miss any videos from us at Recording Studio Rockstars. We'll see you guys around the studio. Cheers.